As I stood at the podium during my promotion celebration, she lifted her champagne glass with a smile and turned to my husband. "The biggest failure I've ever met," she declared. Laughter filled the room, echoing in my ears and cutting through me like a blade. This was supposed to be my moment, a recognition of years of relentless work, sacrifices, and perseverance. Yet instead of basking in my achievement, I felt like the target of a cruel joke. They say success is the best revenge. But no one warns you how empty it feels when the one person who should be your greatest supporter sees you as nothing more than a disappointment. For the past decade, I had built everything from the ground up: a thriving real estate firm, a dream home, and a reputation for turning setbacks into opportunities. Yet Emily, my wife, always seemed to focus on the flaws rather than the foundation. She had been my college sweetheart, radiant, driven, and captivating. I had loved her fiercely, but over time, her once inspiring confidence transformed into something sharp-edged. Her words, once filled with encouragement, became laced with sarcasm, then outright disdain. The promotion party at the downtown Hilton should have been a shared victory. She had helped me pick the suit, select a venue, and coordinate with my assistant. But as I stood there hearing her humiliating toast, it dawned on me. She had orchestrated the entire evening not to celebrate me, but to spotlight herself. The laughter subsided into an awkward hush. My colleagues exchanged uneasy glances. I forced a smile, raising my glass, though my hand trembled slightly. Searching her face for any hint of regret, I found none. Instead, her smirk was razor-sharp, a silent dagger confirming what I had long suspected. The drive home was suffocatingly silent. Emily scrolled through her phone, her lips curling into a smug smile now and then. I gripped the steering wheel tighter. "You didn't have to do that," I finally said, keeping my voice level. "Do what?" she asked, feigning innocence. "Publicly humiliate me. Call me a loser in front of everyone." She laughed, cold and detached. "Oh, come on, David. Don't be so dramatic. It was a joke. Besides, it's not like they don't already think it." Her words cut deeper than any insult. My knuckles whitened as I clenched the wheel. Later that night, as I sat in my office nursing a glass of scotch, my phone buzzed. A message flashed across the screen. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow." He's so pathetic. My pulse quickened as I reread the text. It wasn't meant for me. The following days were a whirlwind of suspicion and discovery. I started paying closer attention. Her late-night phone calls, sudden business trips, the way she would disappear into the bathroom with her phone. One evening, after she left for yoga, I followed her. My worst fears were confirmed when I spotted her at a dimly lit restaurant, laughing intimately with another man. Her hand rested on his arm. Her expression, warmer than it had been toward me in months, tore me apart. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I prepared. Digging into our finances, I uncovered unauthorized transfers to a secret account under her name. A private investigator provided me with undeniable proof, photos, recordings, and a full report on a lover, Richard, a mid-level executive at her firm. Everything fell into place. The belittling, the disdain, the gradual erosion of my self-worth. It had all been part of a calculated scheme to justify her betrayal, but she had underestimated me. I contacted my lawyer and revised my will. Quietly, I moved assets into a protected trust accessible only to me. Hidden cameras captured incriminating conversations. The final blow was a recorded discussion between Emily and Richard outlining their plan to drain my accounts and leave me with nothing. 2 weeks later, Emily hosted a dinner party, insisting I attend despite my growing distance. As she charmed the guests, I waited. After dessert, I stood, tapping my glass to signal a toast. To my wife, Emily, I began watching her expression shift. For her dedication, ambition, and creativity. "Truly, you've outdone yourself." Confusion flickered in her eyes, quickly replaced by unease as I clicked the remote. A video projection illuminated the living room wall. Gasps rippled through the room as the footage played. Emily and Richard plotting. His voice was unmistakable. She lunged at the remote, but I stepped aside. "Sit down, Emily," I said. "We're just getting started." "David, this isn't—" "Save it." I cut her off. "You call me a loser?" Let me show you what winning looks like. I laid out everything. The financial trust, the divorce papers already filed, the prenuptial agreement that left her with nothing. You thought you could ruin me, I said, my voice rising, but you underestimated me. That's the thing about people like me. We know how to turn the odds in our favor. Her face contorted with fury. You think you're better than me? You're pathetic, David. But her words held no power anymore. I had already won. The final blow came when I revealed her lover's fate. Richard had been fired after an anonymous tip exposed their affair. His marriage had crumbled. I'm done being your punching bag, Emily, I said firmly. This mess, it's yours to clean up now. She stormed out, slamming the door. Silence settled over the room. But for the first time, it was a silence I welcomed. In the weeks that followed, the fallout was swift and brutal. For her, she lost her job, her reputation, and the friends who had seen her true nature. Meanwhile, I found solace in a life I had rebuilt, one free from lies and betrayal. The divorce was finalized quietly. I sold the house and started over. It was daunting, but also liberating. One evening, as I sat in my new apartment gazing at the city skyline, I reflected on the man I had become. I wasn't a loser. I was a survivor, a man who had faced deception and emerged stronger. Sometimes Emily's words still echoed in my mind, but they no longer had power over me. They say success is the best revenge. But the real victory? Walking away with your dignity intact, leaving the wreckage behind, and knowing that in the end, you won.